Hi, I'm Rebecca from SimpleSuburbanLiving.us, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make hard-boiled eggs in an Instant Pot. But before I tell you how, I want to talk about why. If you're like me, you have been making hard-boiled eggs or boiled eggs of whatever type in a regular pot for your entire life. So why use an Instant Pot? Well, that was the question that I first asked myself when I first heard about cooking eggs in an Instant Pot. But I decided to give it a try, and I'm glad I did. So there's two primary reasons why I recommend using an Instant Pot to cook hard-boiled eggs. The first one is the temperature and timing can be precise. If you're boiling your eggs on the stove, sometimes your boil's too high, maybe you run down water and you have to add some more water, and so it's just not exactly precise. And sometimes I had the problem of boiling them too much and then getting that kind of grayish green ring around the yolk. The second reason, and this is the biggest reason, is that if you boil your eggs in the Instant Pot, they are so easy to peel. I'm not really sure why, but they really are, and I'll demonstrate that for you. So now let's go right to it, and let's go ahead and cook some eggs in the Instant Pot. Okay, so first just a word on my Instant Pot, and by the way, I just realized I am running a load of dishes, so my apologies for the sound in the background. But this is the Instant Pot that I have. It's the Duo 8, and I will put a link for it in the description. I chose this particular one because it has a yogurt button and some other great features, but these instructions will work for any Instant Pot that you have. And so let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I am just going to pour 1.5 cups of water into the Instant Pot. Alright. And then I'm just going to put this little rack that came with the Instant Pot into the pot. I have to say, you don't realize how much you use two hands until you try to film cooking videos for YouTube. Okay, now I am going to put 6 eggs in the Instant Pot on top of the rack. These are just regular, I think they're extra large eggs. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Okay, now I'm going to put the lid on. You can see that now on the display it has the number 6, so it has just started to the 6 minutes part, and it will count down to 0, and then I'll show you what happens at that point. But in the meantime, I want to just show you the top here. There's that pink button, and it is popped up. That means that the pressure has it's at full pressure, and the good news about this is even if I try to remove the lid at this point, I would not be able to for safety reasons. So if you've been nervous about using a pressure cooker, don't worry about it, because it won't let you take the lid off when it's under pressure. Okay, you can see that it has counted down to the number 1, and we'll wait just a minute here, and then you can see what happens when it counts all the way down to 0. Okay, now you can see it goes to LO and 00, and what's going to happen, it'll just beep for a minute, and then after it's been sitting for 1 minute, where the right 0 is, past the little blinking colon thing, you will see the number 1 show up. And what we want to have happen is we're going to wait, we're just going to wait and do nothing until it goes to the number 6. Okay, now you can see the number 1, and I'm going to pause this until it gets up to the number 6. And in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill a bowl with water and put some ice cubes in it to get ready for the next phase. Okay, you can see it's at 5 minutes. It'll flip over to 6 minutes in probably just a few more seconds. Okay. Now, remember I mentioned the valve at the top. You can see how it's still popped up, the little pink button. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to release the pressure the rest of the way. And let me grab something. Now this is going to be hot, so you either want to use a pot holder, or I'm using a handle for a spoon. You want to flip it this way, and you'll see that steam starts to come out of it. I don't think it's really showing, but you can hear the steam releasing. Okay, I can hear that it's kind of running out of steam, so we'll watch it for a minute and we should see that button pop down, and then we'll be able to take the lid off. There it goes. Alright, so now it's safe to take the lid off, but you still want to be careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm turning it to the left, and you always pick the lid up and hold it facing away from you so that the steam that's released goes away from you. Okay, so like so. Alright, so now you can see the eggs are in there. Oh, this is the first time this has happened. It looks like I have one that like kind of blew right open. So my guess is that that one may have been cracked or something already. So I guess there's a first time for everything. We'll go ahead and get them out of there though, and we'll put them in the ice water. And I don't know how this one's going to do, but we'll see. I'll go ahead and put it in the ice water. Dump it there, and that one may or may not be any good, but the rest of them should be fine. Ah, and here's another one that cracked. Alright, so I guess this is what can go wrong when you're cooking eggs in the Instant Pot. But then again, I've had that happen in regular pots as well. Alright, we're putting them all, we're going to put all 6 of them in the ice water, and we're going to leave them in there for 6 minutes. Okay. Alright, I'll be back in 6 minutes. Okay, so the 6 minutes are up, and now we're going to peel the eggs, and we'll see how I do. I usually use 2 hands, but I'll be using one. Now I'm going to start off with this ugly broken one. And we'll see how, oh my goodness, look at that. It's just coming right off without me doing anything. Probably because it's already broken, already cracked. And you can see how the shell has come right off. Okay, let's go ahead and do one that looks a little nicer. So this one actually has a little hairline crack in it, but I just kind of banged it against the counter, and I'm using my hands to kind of break up the shell a little bit more. And we'll see how I do here. And you can see how easily the shell is just coming right off, which that happens sometimes when you boil them in a pot, but if you're like me, you've probably had plenty of times where the shell did not want to come off easily. So I'll do one more, and you can just see I'm just kind of cracking it on the counter, and then look at, you can kind of even see how the shell is separating from the egg before I've even started to pull it off. So we'll put it in the bowl, and there you see, super easy. So the peeling is the main reason why I like making eggs in the Instant Pot. And by the way, if you are one of my followers that along with me is trying to lose weight and counting calories, just as an FYI, I looked it up and there's 78 calories in a hard-boiled egg. So it's a nice high protein, low calorie snack or breakfast. Anyway, I hope that helps. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, I'd appreciate it if you would like my YouTube channel. And by the way, I will be putting a link in the description for the Instant Pot that I use. Thanks so much, and have a great day.